So PlayStation's CEO Jim Ryan has come out talking about PlayStation's new subscription service. We've been expecting this for a while with Xbox's Game Pass, and obviously PlayStation's going to be coming out with something to compete with this, but with his recent quotes, it looks like he's playing it safe. He said in an interview, in terms of putting our own games into this service upon their release, it's not a road that we're going to go down with this new service. We feel if we were to do that with games that we make at PlayStation Studios, the virtuous cycle will be broken. The level of investment that we need to make in our studios would not be possible, and we think the knock-on effect on the quality of games that we make would not be something that gamers want. Now, I'm a little bit confused here because when they talk about this virtuous cycle, are they talking about like the console war and one generation's Xbox, one generation's PlayStation, so they're coming off the PS4 hype and respect from that, and they're kind of still riding that wave of being known for making really high quality AAA titles? Because if that's what they're calling this virtuous cycle, well, I'm sorry, but you've kind of lost it now. With this recent generation, no one's been able to find a PlayStation 5. They're immensely expensive. Once you get the console, everything from the controllers to the games are just as expensive. Hardware-wise, players are kind of struggling, especially in these times where, stuff like fuel prices is going through the roof as well. A service that Xbox is catering with Game Pass seems a lot more affordable and reasonable, especially considering the amount of library of games that you're getting, with, $10, $15 a month. And introducing new technology like game streaming, so even if you have a smartphone, you can play AAA games through the cloud. Looking at what PlayStation's doing here in making this new service and not having their most recent, AAA games on it. Now, that's not saying that, for example, the games are released now, so, stuff like The Last of Us, God of War, probably Ratchet and Clank, things like that, will probably be on the service, but they're not going to be putting on any day one releases for the subscription. Later, he says, I don't want to cast anything in stone at this stage. All I'm talking about today is the approach we're taking in the short term. The way our publishing model works right now, putting new games directly onto the PS Plus, doesn't make any sense, but things can change very quickly in this industry, as we all know. So what it sounds like is they're not trying to fix anything that isn't broken. Then at the same time, I think that probably will drastically change something in the future when something goes immensely wrong. Like the lack of confidence in this service doesn't make me at all inclined to be a part of it. They're saying, all generation games are going to be on this from probably PS1 up until PS3, 4, Vista stuff. For me, honestly, as a consumer, I don't want those games. If I really was into retro gaming, I would go out and get the console myself and play those games. I bought the new console and paid for the new subscription to get the new games. And if that's not what you're giving me, well, then I'm not going to buy into your service. And this lack of confidence isn't something we see at all with Xbox. They market the heck out of Game Pass. You can sign up for Discord Nitro, you get Game Pass. They're trying to get everyone to experience Game Pass, see the library, 3-month free trial. Their day one releases of, the Microsoft games are going on the service. Their library is ever changing and ever growing. And quite frankly, with the amount you pay, you're getting really good value for money. Now, are they making return and profit on the service? I don't think so. Not yet. Xbox is playing the long game here, and they know that in the future, they're not going to make money from hardware. It's all going to be in the software. It's going to be in the service. It's going to be in the subscription model. What they're trying to do is take as much of this niche market up as they can now, so once everyone catches up, they're going to be the shining example of what to go to. And when I think back about what PlayStation has done in the past generations, obviously you've got this, haptic hardware touch, PlayStation going discless to, disc version, 3D sound, lots of hardware sort of stuff, very expensive, very pricey, but it's also going to get very dated. It's very hard to upgrade your hardware when it's, solid in stone like this. Like, these are the biggest risks they've taken in the past several years. When the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One was coming out, a lot of the stuff that they were going on about was basically just rebutting what Xbox was trying to do. I understand the stuff Xbox was doing probably wasn't the best, it wasn't very consumer friendly, but PlayStation's rebuttal to that wasn't making something new and exciting. It was basically just saying, hey, we're not Xbox, okay? If you buy one of our games, you can give it to a friend. That was a marketing strategy they had, not being Xbox. That's what PlayStation was, which just shows the amount of risk they're willing to take. They always seem to play it safe with just improving graphics, making things look nicer, investing in AAA games that, have been proven to work. But by PlayStation not playing it safe and honestly not showing much confidence in their new services, gives me the impression that they only care about making AAA games to a certain polishing degree, and the fact that their new service isn't going to be able to financially support them in that kind of makes me think, okay, no one's going to be interested in this product, why should I even bother? What they really are invested in is in pushing polish and polygons and making a profit from newly released games. Like, that is the mission of the business right now. But as a business, investing in a certain type of game should only be one focus of your overarching umbrella approach on how to grow your business. You could be focusing on your hardware. Okay, it's too expensive, because let's be honest, when it comes to the consumers, look, they haven't been taken care of the best in this more recent generation. And I think it's getting to the point now where PlayStation really needs to redeem themselves to their target market by making some strides, taking some risks, and start making some of their own investments, and not just hoping that their newer games can get reinvested in, but rather make some investments of themselves, take some risks. Because with the price of their hardware and the software and how safe they're playing with it, they're kind of getting left in the dust with Xbox, with Steam, and with Epic. A lot of these other services are taking risks and making changes in the market. And look, PlayStation, with the way you're going, you're kind of mirroring someone else who, was also from Japan. See, this other company, they took risks. They were different. They were weird. And, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But overall, they've stuck around. So those have been my thoughts on PlayStation's new announcement of their subscription service and just how they're going in the games market. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, stay watchful.